So let's begin, coming onto the yoga mat into Shavasana. Just let the body surrender down. Let the feet drop away, backs of heels hip distance or a little bit wider. And feel them surrender. From the backs of the heels, slide your awareness up backs of legs to buttocks. Breathe out, soften. Calf muscles spreading. Backs of knees lengthening and opening. Reconnection, backs of thighs or buttocks, where is it for you? And can we let the weight of the legs drop, the weight of the legs release? Across the back of hips and pelvis, balanced or different. And then coming into those hips, really feeling. It's taking a few more rounds of breath here, feeling the hips and the pelvis. Can we let them soften? And then come around to the back of the hips and come up into the curve of the lower back. Feel where it lifts away from the mat. And that lift of the lumbar spine, slide higher and come up to mid-back where there's reconnection. And feel that reconnection through the middle back. Feel the middle ribs resting down and then come up to the shoulder blades. Let the weight of the shoulder blades rest down, surrender. And then down through the arms and into the hands. We turn the palms up, gesture of openness and receiving. And feel fingers and thumbs naturally curl, naturally soften. And then the awareness in the palms of the hands. Is there warmth or cool? Any sensation? And then through to those fingertips and thumb tips. Again, noticing sensations, tingling or numbness. Warmth or cool? Where are they for you? Bring the awareness back up the inside edge of arms all the way to underarms. And exhale, soften. And feel that softness all the way up that inside edge into the underarms softening. The back of neck lengthen and tuck the chin down. Let the weight of the head release down. In these few more moments, just allowing the weight of the body surrendering. As you do, bring the awareness up and over to the forehead. Bring a slow, deep breath into the forehead area. Breathe out, softening. And notice if you frown or furrow around this forehead area. Feel a softening on inhale, releasing on exhale. Or even an inhale, feel an opening, exhale, softening. Feel the skin on the forehead smoothing, releasing. And then come around to the right side temple. Bring a slow, deep breath into the right side temple. And exhale, soften. Stay there with each exhale. Feel any tensions. Release away from the right side temple. And then awareness to the left side temple. Bring slow, deep breath into the left side temple. And then exhale, softening. Feel any tensions releasing away from the left side temple. And then from both side temples across the total forehead region and through the eye section as well. Just breathe in through this whole area and exhale, soften. Inhale, expanding and opening. Exhale, softening. Come down around the sides of the jawline, around to center chin. Feel the bottom jawline drop away, let it relax. And just give yourself a moment, feel the whole face, and feel the whole of the face softening. Come up to the lips, feel the top lip soft, bottom lip soft. Into the mouth, making sure the teeth are not clenched. Bottom jawline, keep it dropped away. The tongue in the mouth, if it's hard and pressed against the roof of the mouth, let it drop. Feel the sides of the tongue relax. Notice if there's any sensation at the sides of the tongue. And then let the root of the tongue relax. Upper palate of the mouth relax. Make a swallowing action, slide down through the back of the throat, slide down to center chest, rest in the middle of the chest within the body. Is there space? So notice if you feel tight or constricted in the middle chest. Try to take a few moments. Can we soften here? Softening into our heart energy, Anahata chakra. A center for loving kindness and compassion, for connection, for relationship, for humanity. Feel that softening through the heart center region. And can it start with ourselves? That kindness, that loving kindness to ourselves. So we're not forcing, we're not hard, we're not aggressive. Let the heart region open, soften. And then bring a slower, deeper breath all the way into this heart region. Can you feel the ribs in the heart expand as if it's pushing out in all directions? The heart wants to break free. And then as you exhale, slide down into the belly. And through this total abdominal region, feel there's a complete softening. The belly relaxed. And give yourself this time, soften and surrender. Notice any other feelings that you start to associate with softening and resting onto the yoga mat. Completely letting go. As you take a few more moments though, can we just slide the legs up into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together, knees drop away, letting those hips open. And then sweep the arms back and reach for the elbows. Be gentle, just take a moment here. Feet, are they balanced? Knees, do they drop away evenly? Hips opening. And then breathing in, we've got a gentle stretch, elbows pull long, feet press together, push down, push long. Exhale, soften. Inhale again, stretch, feet press long, elbows pull long. Exhale, soften. Continue in this way. Stretch and lengthen on inhale, soften with exhale. Next exhale for you, firm the lower belly. Hold the breath out, change the grip on the elbows to the unnatural side. As we change the grip, change the focus. Slow, steady breath all the way up through the body. Pause at the end of the breath. And then a slow, steady breath out. And then pause at the end of that breath. Again, breathing in, slow and steady. Pause at the end of the breath. And slow breath out. Pause at the end of the breath. Couple more rounds. Can we slow the breath, balancing and deepening? Slowing the breath calms the nervous system down. Can you feel the entire torso region moving with the breath? Creating a visceral massage for the organs in the abdominal cavity. For the lungs to expand, the circulation, digestion, assimilation, elimination processes, our well-being, emotions balance for us. And then one more round of breath work. Last exhale, make it slower, deeper, longer. A never-ending exhalation. And then hold the breath out if there's anything left. And then when you're ready, a slow, deep breath in and let the arms stretch out long behind you. From there, bring the arms all the way down around beside you. Assist the knees to come up into the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs, hug them in. Squeeze them down. Rock the body side to side, massage, mobilize. And then let the hands come up and slide over the kneecaps, big toes touch, knees wide. Circle the legs around, wide circles. Keep the knees wide as you circle. opposite direction in your time. Bring the knees back into the chest, squeeze them in, squeeze down. Full exhale, press down, hold the breath out for as long as you can. When you are ready to breathe in, roll up forehead to knees, arms and legs press against each other, so knees are pushing away, arms are resisting, holding them where they're at. With the chin tucked deeper, shoulders broader. And then exhale, lower the head down. Hands down on the mat beside you. Take the legs up to the ceiling, flex the feet. And then wide legs, exhale, inner heels up and out, stretch wide. Put the hands on the inside edge of knees or thighs. The legs are trying to come back in together, the hands resist, holding them out there. Keep breathing, arm and leg strength resisting each other. What do you feel around the hips? And then exhale, soften. Bring the hands to the outside edge of legs, assist them to come up. Press the heels up, lengthen the legs. And then exhale, bend, feet onto the mat, hip distance parallel. Press into the feet, roll the hips up, arms up and over, and breathe. Now stay up in this mini back bend. Notice awareness at this front hip region now. That's where we want to focus. Open the front hips. If there is any pinching in the lower back, then please just drop the hips and tuck the tailbone under. The feet are pressing down, feel they're pushing long. Arms reaching long. And really focus on these front hips opening for you. If it's too much, roll down, give yourself a moment, and then come back up again. You might start to feel the back of the body strengthening as you hold up. Those front hips opening. A few more rounds of breath. We're holding them for a little bit longer if we can. If you press the feet down, imagine they're pushing away from you long. Do you feel the arms reach out even further behind you? Keep lifting those hips without pinching or grabbing anywhere else. Keep opening up those front hips. Keep breathing into them, slow, steady breaths. And then next inhale for you, heels or toes come up and we're rolling down. Nice and slow, as many breaths as you need. Bringing the buttocks down, bring the arms down. Once you're here, just give yourself a moment. Heel and toe the feet out and drop the knees into touch. Keep walking the feet out if it's easy. Maybe little toe side of the feet will come off the mat. Knees dropping in. Any pulling or pinching, bring the feet closer. Notice how it feels. Internal rotation from the hips, thighs to knees, down to the ankles and feet. Let the knees come back out to be hip distance. Heel and toe the feet back into be hip distance. And then crossing the right ankle in front of left thigh. Put the right hand on this inner right leg and press it away. Now the leg's resisting, it's pushing in towards you. Press your left foot into the yoga mat. Left hand on left hip. Are you balanced? Feel across right and left, so you're not falling out to the right side. Keep breathing into this feeling. And then exhale fully. We're picking up the left leg and reach through to hold around the left thigh or shin. Left knee pulling in, right knee pressing away. Keep breathing. Shoulders down, chin down, tailbone long. Notice how it feels around these hips, glutes and legs. Breathe into the feelings, consciously aware. Next exhale, let the left foot drop to the mat. Half happy baby. Right hand takes the arch of the right foot. Bring the knee down wide beside you, foot flexing to the ceiling. If it's not easy holding the arch, grab the ankle or wrap the arm around the back of the leg. So now let the left knee drop away so the pelvis, we're not falling off to the right side. And then your choice, keep this right leg bent, or you're welcome to straighten and bend it. Unhinging the right knee as you open up, bending and straightening through the joint, Notice how that feels for you. So just keep it mobilizing or keep it static in one particular position. Now if your hip doesn't like being open out this way, bring the right foot closer to the pelvis and wing the right knee further down away from you. So your choice, just move the hip around a little bit, opening into it. You might want to open it and then move the knee down away from you. Just keep changing it, feeling where it is for you. And then when you're ready, just hold static in the posture if you're moving it around. Feel that lengthening and opening. And then exhale, right foot meets left foot in Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of feet together, knees drop away. Notice if you feel differences. One leg was stretched differently to the other. Put the thumbs or fingertips on the front of those hip bones and then slide down. Do you feel the tendon? And just press around and massage into this area. Are you tight and tensing around this hip region? Notice what it feels like. Coming down those legs a little bit. Notice where it is for you. Press in or massage. And then when you're ready, hands under the legs. Assist the knees to come up. Feet hip distance parallel. Second side, left ankle in front of right leg. Once you're here, left hand on this inner left knee or thigh, press it out. The legs resisting is pushing in against you. Right hand on right hip, right foot press into the yoga mat and feel your balance across the hips. Keep breathing. And then exhale fully. If it's easy enough, we're reaching through, pick up the right leg. Reach around for the shin or thigh. Right knee to right side chest as left knee wings away. Keep breathing. Trying to keep the hips and pelvis balanced as we open into them. Glutes and legs, what do we feel? Remember, we want the shoulders down and the chin down. Tailbone long. So we don't compromise other areas of the body because we're stretching into a particular area. Make sure we're protecting. Exhale, let the right foot drop to the mat. Left leg, reach for the arch, the ankle, or left arm around the back of the thigh, the half happy baby. Knee widen down, foot flexing to the ceiling. Let the right knee drop away to keep the pelvis balanced. Breathe into this feeling. So again, you can keep this left leg bent. You can start to unhinge the knee, opening, closing. If your hip doesn't like the position, bring the foot closer to the pelvis and wing the left knee deeper, further away. So again, just keep opening up, stretching through it, mobilizing into it. Where is it for you? And then if you're mobilizing around in the hip, just hold static for a moment, wherever the stretch is for you, wherever you wish to be, keep breathing into this place. And then exhale, let left foot meet right foot, Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel the knees drop away, hips opening. Are you more open? Is it more balanced after both sides stretched out evenly? And again, place the hands on the front of these hips, these bony parts. Slide down just below them. Feel that tendon area. Is it tight? In and around it, massage or press or pinch. Noticing how it feels for you. If there's tension in there, if you're doing a lot of sitting or a lot of hip work, what does it feel like? Be gentle if you're hitting on that tendon and it's sore. And then when you're ready, assist the knees to come up. Bring them into the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Hold in and take a moment. Let the shoulders relax down the back. Tuck the chin, back of neck is gently long. Shoulders down, knees to chest gently, keep the tailbone long. So even though we're hugging knees in, tailbone to crown of head, elongate. And when you're ready, exhale fully. Let the arms release, roll to your right, come up on the hands and knees into your 4-point position. Shoulders above wrists, hips above knees, neutral spine. Inhale as we dip the spine, looking up. If you're frowning, look down, tip of nose. And exhale, roll the spine, look into the navel. Your timing, your breaths. Can we keep the eyes focused and centered, drishti centered? Mobilizing the spine through cat and cow. And one more in your time. And then finishing when you are, looking towards the navel. Once you're there, press the hands actively down, broaden across the upper back, keep the chin tucked in and up. Pull the knees forward. You might feel a lengthening and opening at the front hip flexor by just pulling the knees forward. Tailbone tucking under. Pelvic floor muscles lift up into the belly, the navel lift to the spine. Full exhalation. Hold the breath out for as long as you can. When you are ready to breathe in, let the head gently rock side to side. Start to swing the hips, shoulders, ribs side to side. So just mobilizing the posture now, hips side to side. And then you can start to circle around, figure 8 or side to side, and notice how that feels for you. If you find a tight spot, remember, hold into it, or just keep moving, open around as much as you can. Noticing if layers are starting to peel away, tension's peeling away, and then you're finding other spots that might feel tight or grab your attention. Just notice it, this uncovering of the tension layers, peeling them away. And then when you're ready, simply take the buttocks all the way back to the heels, keep the knees in close. Buttocks to heels, arms back beside the feet, turn the palms up, tuck the chin in and up, and let the shoulders come broad around the legs. Close the eyes, give yourself a moment in child pose, surrender completely. Forehead resting on nervous system, tailbone tucking under, chin in and up. And then press through the shins, full exhalation, and roll the spine up slowly. Vertebra by vertebra, the chin coming, staying tucked and coming up last once you're upright. Once you're there, the arms float up. Look up if it's easy on the neck, reach. Hands forward onto the mat, shoulder distance, and slide long. Glide the chest along the mat, Cobra Up Dog, arch through and open up to where you can. Try and let the front hips drop, pull the chest forward and up and seal the shoulders back. See if you can get more length at that front hip region. And then on the next exhalation, lower the chest down and both legs off the mat straight. Keep the chest and legs lifting to the same height as best you can. Feel the hands drag back, the shoulders seal back. Remember the neck not jutting or collapsing. One more breath in. Lower the legs, exhale, inhale, arch up. Stay here as you exhale, try and drop the hips as you lift the chest, creating that little bit more length on the front hips and thighs. Careful of the back though, and then inhale, exhale to down dog. Take the drishti back to the navel center. If that's difficult, keep the eyes focused, knees or toes, and keep those eyes still. Now stretch the buttocks back whilst you're here. Unlock knees, unlock elbows. Switch on your bandhas, Jalandhara, chin locks in and up. Mula bandha perineum, Uddiyana bandha lower belly. Slow breaths in and out. On your next exhalation, bend your left leg, press your right hip wide to the right and the right buttock up and out to the side. So right hip wide and then stretch it back as far as you can. Right leg straight, left leg bent. Inhale, come back to center, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend the right leg, push the hip out to the left and push the hip and buttock back as far as you can. Notice the stretch on that left side. Inhale, transition back to center, bend the left leg, straighten the right. Exhale, push out to the right side again. Push that hip wide and back as far as you can. Come back to center, inhale, straighten the left leg, bend the right. Left hip pushes wide and stretch it back as far as you can. Inhale, centering across to the right again, left leg bent, right leg straight. Stay here and push that right hip wide and back. Keep breathing. Come back to center, inhale, second side, straighten the left leg, bend the right. Press that left hip wide and back. Keep breathing. Notice these feelings, what's opening, where's releasing, what other areas are you aware of? Centering on your inhale, heels press down, exhale, stretch back. Right leg's coming up, straight up, flex the foot and push it out. Knee to nose, shoulders above wrist, round your upper back. Right foot steps down, left knee comes down and point. Reach those arms up, inhale, hands under the hips, exhale and balance off. Really focusing on pressing right foot back, left knee, left thigh, dragging through. Hips, pelvis balance, then pressing this right thumb down on this right hip thigh. Left arm comes up and lean across. Mula bandha, pull in and up, pelvic floor, Uddiyana bandha as you lean across. Now you might feel this left hip flexor, quadricep, outer edge of hip buttock, side waist and side ribs opening for you. Keep breathing into this feeling. Lower ribs held in, try not to drop into a back bend. Think about tailbone tucking a little bit. It'll open up that left hip flexor perhaps some more for you. Left knee dragging forward. Exhale, let this left arm sweep down to the mat under the shoulder. Tuck the toes, lift off the back knee. Right arm up to the ceiling, twisted lunge. If it's easy, long arm beside the ear. 3 breaths. Press into the feet, activate your legs. Third exhale, the hand sweeps down. Step forward, front of mat. Feet hip distance, hold the elbows. Bend the legs and surrender the legs and ribs to connect. Now start to straighten and bend the legs. Start to swing the body around the legs. Swing the hips as you mobilize. Open up to it. Where is it for you? And then exhale, come back to center. Let the arms drop. Head heavy, tuck the chin. Press the feet down into the yoga mat. Wide arms come up to stand. Clasp your hands, turn your palms up. Arch the chest up, look up. Keep breathing. Spine comes to neutral, drishti to the horizon or down tip of nose. Lift Mula Bandha Uddiyana. Inhale, exhale, arms to the right, hips to the left. Now really stretch that left hip out to the side. Keep the feet weighted evenly. Side waist, side ribs, open up to that left side. Keep breathing. Inhale, center, second side. Arms left, hips to the right. Press into the feet, don't roll off to the edges. And really feel the side, right side hip, waist and ribs opening. Legs, keep them active. Bandhas on. Inhale up to center. Arch the chest up, stretch up. Wide arms and down, fold the body. Backs of hands to the mat. Head heavy, arms and shoulders. Breathe into the stretch through your back body. Feel it lengthening for you. And then inhale, lift the head and chest, extend. Right fingertips forward and wide of the right hand. Left leg goes up, Ardha Chandrasana. Roll the left hip up. Can you stack it above the right? Left arm up. If you've got your balance point, can you turn and look up to your left hand? Keep breathing into this posture. Are you feeling more open around the hips and pelvis? Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Square the left hip, keep the foot lifted, flex the foot, stretch it out. Right hand up for the twist. Make sure you're not jamming on your right hip. If you are, bend the leg and try and lift your chest higher. Feel the leg and glute working, not jamming on the hip. A couple more breaths. And then look down, right hand down, left leg out long behind you, high lunge. Push away from the front foot, let the arms sweep up, find your balance point. Now bend the back knee as if you're going to put it to the yoga mat, but hold it off the mat. Tailbone tucking, ribs in. Focus up, forward or down. It's strong in the legs, so find where you can stabilize. If you're dragging the left knee forward, tailbone tucking. Ribs in, bandhas on. Straighten both legs up, stretch up tall, reach to the ceiling. Wide arms and down, take your right leg up in the air, three-legged dog. Roll the hip up, ribs up, twist up, look up under that right underarm. Bend the top knee. Now square the right hip down and bring the knee to nose, shoulders above wrist, round the upper back. Take the leg up again, three-legged dog, roll the knee up, hip up, ribs up. Bring the knee to the right shoulder or elbow, shoulders above wrist, round the upper back. Take the leg up, three-legged dog, lift it high. Bring it underneath, hover to the left elbow. Hold, hover for a moment, strengthen. Take that knee back up, roll the hip up, ribs up, twist up. Point the top toes, lift high now, straighten the leg. Toes to the ceiling, left heel to the mat. The leg comes down into down dog. Notice how it feels. Does that right hip feel loose and open for you? A few moments, breathe into the feeling. Left leg's coming up, straight up, keep the hips squared. Flex the foot. Knee to nose, shoulders above wrist, round the upper back, make it strong. Now step this left foot down, right knee down, low lunge. Arms come up, reaching up. Hands on the hips, exhale, and we're balancing off this second side. Push back from the left foot, left buttock back, right knee, thigh, hip forward. Keep breathing. Now this left thumb comes on this left hip crease, anchor that left hip down, right arm up, and we're leaning across. Mula Bandha perineum up, Uddiyana lower belly. Make sure the ribs aren't collapsing back as we lean across. Now the more tuck of tailbone and right knee dragging, you might feel this right hip flexor, outer edge of hip, back of hip, side body opening. Keep breathing into this feeling. Slow the breath as you stretch this right hip and side body. Where is it for you? Subtle adjustments as you open, feeling lengthening. Regather the breath. And then exhale, this right hand comes down under the shoulder. Make sure you're stable, tuck the toes, lift off the back knee, left arm up. Easy twisted lunge, long arm beside the ear if you can. 3 breaths. Active legs, spine long. 3rd breath, the arm circles down, step forward, front of mat, feet hip distance. Hold the elbows, change the grip to the unnatural side. Bend the legs, ribs and thighs connect, surrender. And start to straighten and bend the legs. Start to swing the hips, swing the body and arms around the legs. Notice how it feels. And then come back to being centered. Let the arms drop. Give yourself a moment to surrender here completely. And then lift the head and chest, hands in front. Right foot, bring it around behind the left outer edge. So little toe side of feet coming towards each other. Now if you feel you're rolling off the big toe side of the foot and legs are really bending, just move that right foot back further so you can press the big toe side of feet to inner heels actively and surrender onto the legs, wherever you can take it to. Make sure the feet are actively pressing down through the mat and fold the body to the legs where you can. So the stretch around the outer edge of the legs and hips, notice the feeling, protect those hips and glutes and back where you need to. Remember, no force. Then inhale, the head and chest lift, right foot comes back and then left foot comes back around to little toe sides meet. So again, if the legs are really bending and you're rolling off the big toe side of the feet, move the left foot further back diagonally and really be able to press through the feet, feeling outer edge of hips and legs. What happens for you? Make sure the back knees and hyperextending. Keep breathing. Inhale, lift the head and chest, left foot back so the feet are hip distance parallel. Flip the hands so the palms turn up, let the feet drop, the hands drop, the feet press, the head heavy, surrender. As you press down to the feet, can you find any more length through the back body? Surrendering and opening to where you can. Then we press the feet down, wide arms come up. Clasp the hand, unnatural clasp, so other little finger outer edge. Turn the palms up, stretch up. Slow breaths. And then exhale, let the hands come to the hips. Close the eyes, give yourself a moment to be still. Tongue in the mouth soft. Shoulders relax down. Feet press down. Is there balance? Toes to heels. Back up through the legs, switch them on, make sure they're not locked out. Mula Bandha, perineum lifts. Uddiyana Bandha, lower belly. Hands on hips, are balance. So notice the tilt of your pelvis here. From hands down to pubic bone should be in one line. If the pubic bone is tilted back, you're in an anterior tilt. If the pubic bone is tilted forward of the hips, you're in a posterior tilt. So just check, is your pelvis and hip alignment balanced? And then once you feel you're centered and balanced, hands on hips, up through the spine or the shoulders balanced above the hips. Head centered, chin gently tucked. And keep breathing. Find your balance point. Open the eyes, and we're coming into Vrikshasana. Right foot to the inside edge of left leg, or if you prefer, Adho Baddha, the foot on the front of the left thigh. Hands in heart center position when you're ready. Wide arms if you're wobbly. Just give yourself this moment. Find the posture. Where is it for you? Hands to the hips, bring the right knee in front, lift the leg, flex the foot, and then slowly that right foot comes down onto the mat underneath the hip. Make sure you can press into it evenly and transfer the weight. Left foot comes up, inside edge of right leg, or left foot on front of the right thigh. Hands at heart center, hips are wide. Notice is one leg easier in whichever posture you choose to do. Is one side more open for you? The hips open as the knee works out to the side, or the foot on front of the thigh, hip, does it pinch or open for you? Hands on the hips, bring that left knee around in front, lift the leg, flex the foot, and then slowly that left foot comes down, hip distance parallel. Once it's there, bring the right knee up in front of you, keep the foot just hanging below the knee, and let that right knee start to come wide to the side. Put the right hand inside of the right knee. The knee wants to come back in front, the hand won't let it. Keep breathing. Keep the left hip squared back, right leg back to where it can without too much force, finding strength and energy. And bring the hand to the hip, bring the right knee around in front again, lift the leg, flex the foot, and slowly this right foot comes to the mat underneath the hip. Once you're there, transfer the weight again. Left knee comes up to hip height, just let the foot hang below the knee. And exhale, bring this knee around to the left. Once you can get it as far as you're comfortable to do, left hand inside edge of knee. The leg's trying to come back to the center point, the hand won't let it. Keep the right hip balanced as you haven't turned the pelvis to the left. Keep breathing. And then hand to the hip, bring the left knee around in front, lift the leg, flex the foot, and slowly again this left foot comes down underneath the hip. Hip distance parallel, check your feet are balanced when you're ready, and then lift your head back up to look to the horizon. Close the eyes and give yourself this moment. What do you feel around your hips and legs? Has the awareness changed here at anything? Anything different? Awareness, sensations, tingling or numbness, an openness, maybe length. What do you notice? Slow breaths, steady and calm. Relax the shoulders down into the back. Chin gently tucks. Facial muscles, are they still relaxed? Forehead relaxed. The brain within the head, let it relax and rest down. Exhale fully, press the feet down, sweep the arms wide and up. Inhale, open up, stretch up, lift your spine up. Wide hands to the mat, let backs of hands drop beside the feet. Head heavy, shoulders drop to ears, palms turn up, surrender completely. Again, feeling is there any length opening through the back body for you. Inhale, we lift the head and chest, extend the sternum, hands in front. Right leg's coming up, Ardha Chandrasana. Taking the right leg up, right arm up. Can you turn and look up, focusing to where you can. Chest opening, stable on the left leg. Maybe if you're jamming in the hip, bend the leg a little bit more. Lift and open out where you can. Find your focus point. And then exhale, can the right hand come down? Square the hip, flex the right foot, keep the leg lifted. Now left arm wide to the side and up. And if you're jamming on this left hip, bend the leg a little bit more. Try and pull the chest higher. Shift the weight so you're not pinching on that front left hip. Make it strong from the foot to the body. Strong on that left leg. Hand comes down, step the right leg out long for our high lunge. Push away, can we come up with the arms, sweep them up, lift the body up. Now bend the knee, and we're trying to bring that back knee down as if we're going to put it on the mat, but not. Tuck the tailbone, opening this right hip flexor quadricep. Where do you feel? Mula Bandha lift, Uddiyana Bandha lift, and keep breathing. Tailbone tucking, right foot and knee dragging forward, pushing away from the left. And then straighten both legs up, stretch up, lengthen, stretch up and reach. Wide arms and down. Left leg's going up in the air behind you to a three-legged dog. Roll the hip up, ribs up, twist up. Then bend that top knee, keep opening up high. And then bring the knee to nose, shoulders above wrist, round the upper back. Take the leg up again, roll the knee up, the hip up, open this left side. Bring this left knee to the shoulder or elbow, stack shoulders above wrist, strengthen. Take the leg up again, lift the knee high, open it up. Bring it underneath to the right elbow, hover. Pause and strengthen. Take it back up, lift the knee high, roll the hip up, ribs up, chin tucks in as you look up. Then straighten the leg up, stretch the toes to the ceiling, open up as much as you can. Exhale, lower the foot to down dog. Take a moment in your down dog, noticing again around these hips, are you open? Some slow, steady breaths in and out. When you're ready to, we're coming down on the knees, gentle dip of the spine, look up. Big toes touch, take the knees out to the edge of the yoga mat, take the buttocks all the way back to the heels, surrender completely. Chest and chin or chest and forehead to the mat, wide knees and notice the feeling. Is there opening around these hips and legs? Is one side tighter than the other? What's the feeling? Adjust and soften where you can, where you need to. Exhale fully. Then lift the head and chest and bring both hands across to your right. Left hand over or left arm longer. And then stretch that left buttock and hip back. Ribs wide, shoulder down away from the ear and stretch. Exhale fully, head and chest up, inhale. Second side, arms across to the left, right arm over or right arm longer. Stretch back and lengthen. Keep this right buttock and hip back, ribs wide, shoulder down. Keep breathing. Head and chest up, come back to being centered on the mat. Slide long and find your stretch. Exhale fully. Can we transition forward and up? Come up onto the knees and hands. You've got the knees wide. Can you simply just transition the right knee up to the wrist? Lift off the back knee and slide it back for an easy pigeon. Working that right buttock back, left hip forward. Walk the arms through. Find your stretch, your opening. If it's easy, this right foot keeps coming forward, opening it to where you can tonight. Around these hips, legs, glutes, where is it for you? Just keep opening into it. Are we able to walk the hands in? Inhale, bring it up. Can we bend that left knee out to the side and the 90-degree angle through the joints? Now if the hips are tight, you might need to have a cushion or a bolster or something to sit on if you've got it handy, so it's not pressuring on the inner joints, but just the legs both at 90-degree angles out towards that left side. And then notice what's happening around this left hip. Is it able to come down, or are you leaning away? Just notice that. Are you able to keep coming down to this left hip? Or notice are you getting leaned away because it's tight? Just keep working this right hand, pushing away from it, and try and anchor down this left side as much as you can. And then we're just going to let both feet shimmy back in towards us. Transition easily back up, and we're just staying on the floor as we take the right leg back. Left knee coming in forward for pigeon. Right leg out long. This left foot can start to come forward again if it's easy. We want the left buttock back, and we want the right hip forward. And then just working it through. Keep it active. If it's really easy, this left foot keeps coming out in front. Degree of angle, opening where you can. Find your stretch and keep breathing. Try not to collapse down into it, but engaging the legs as we hold into it. From one side to the other, are there differences in your hips between this side, the left hip glute, previous to the other side? What do you remember? What does it feel like? And exhale fully, walk it out. And once you do, can that right knee come out to the side, 90-degree angles. And again, noticing if you're really falling away, if the hip's tight, can we anchor down on this right side? Careful of knees. Do you need to be propped up higher? If joints don't like it, be easy. But we want this right hip to come down. Notice how it feels through there for you. And just keep opening into it. And just noticing these degrees and angles. Notice any pulling, any tension lines. Are you able to sit that right pelvis down? We're going to lift the right leg around in front of us. We're going to let this right leg now feed in underneath. Right knee underneath and left leg over the top. So if we can, we want to have the knees stacked on top of each other with the feet out to the side and rocking side to side. Now if that's not easy in the pelvis or hips, you've got sore joints, whatever it is, this left foot can come forward or simply a cross leg position. So anchoring left foot to try and get the pelvis or both feet to the side, and the knees stacked one on top of each other as much as we can. Right leg's underneath, right arm, take it up. Reach it down between the shoulder blades. Take the left arm wide. Turn the left palm out and up and reach up behind the back. Can you take hold? If it's not easy taking hold, grab the shirt or left hand to right elbow. Inhale, and as we exhale, lean to the left. And as you lean to the left, make sure that right hip doesn't hitch up. So use your legs, press them down into the yoga mat. This right hip, side of hip, front, back of hip, where do you feel? Keep breathing into it. And inhale, let it come back up to center. Let the arms release. Give the shoulders some full rolls. Neck, shoulders mobilize. What does it feel like? Now if you've got your legs with this left leg over the top, turn your feet forward, Shift the body weight forward, come up. There's only one way you're going to be able to turn. Spin around on your feet, and now the right knee's on top and the left knee's underneath. So we change the legs, opposite leg on top, and again rock. So if it's not easy, right foot bring it out in front, or just an easy crossed legs. Try to get the knees to stack, hands on feet, and rock the hips side to side. Are they balanced? Left leg's underneath, so left arm comes up. Bring the hand down between the shoulders. Right arm wide, turn the palm back behind you, reach up. If you don't get the hands, grab the shirt or right hand to left elbow. Breathe in, and as you exhale, we're leaning to the right. That left hip, keep it anchored. Left thigh and hip, front, side and back, where do you feel? Keep breathing into this stretch. And inhale, bring it back to center. Let the arms release. Again, some shoulder rolls. Mobilize neck, shoulders wherever you need to. And then when you're ready, simply release the legs out wide. Upavishta Konasana. Let those heels come out wide, plant them. Lift your pelvis forward without the heels sliding. If you're falling back in the hips and pelvis, hands behind you or bend the legs up. Tilt forward, hips tilt forward, pelvis tilts forward. Anterior tilt and lengthen through to where you can. Breathe into this feeling, lengthening forward. Slow the breaths if you can. Close the eyes and breathe into your stretch. And then exhale fully, let the upper body roll in, tuck the chin in, surrender. And then roll up when you're ready, vertebra by vertebra. Once you've come all the way up, reach from the outside edge of the legs, just bring them out in front. Make sure there's enough mat behind you, shake out, rub down, roll out, mobilize the joints, do whatever you need to. And then make sure there's plenty of mat there, roll back, surrender back, active, use your core body. Once you're all the way down, you're welcome to invert to shoulder stand if you wish. If you're finished, simply let the body surrender onto the mat, let go. If you have inverted, make sure the hands are lifting you up, each side of the spine with the fingers pointed up. Triceps pressed down as the body lifts up. Toes pointed together, heels separated. It's a natural chin lock. Awareness can be a throat chakra. Drishti up through big toes or close the eyes. If you're resting on the mat, feel around these hips and legs and let your whole body surrender. Taking this time to soften. Taking this time to surrender completely. If you have inverted, make sure you're active, not turning the head in the inversion. Give yourself time to come into Halasana, legs over, and counter pose in your time. Resting on the mat, Shavasana. What do you feel in your body as you rest down? Feel softening, feel releasing. Any vibration, any sensation through the body. Surrender into it and let go completely. Bring a slow, deep breath through the body. Breathe out, slide down through the legs, out through the feet. Let go. The feet are heavy. Can we feel them drop away? And let them drop into the backs of the heels. From the backs of the heels, breathe in, slight awareness up backs of legs to buttocks. Breathe out, soften. Feel the muscles through the backs of the legs soften. From the heels to the buttocks, surrender completely. Across the back of the hips and pelvis, what do you feel? Stay with this feeling, your hips and pelvis, balanced or different. Any vibration, any sensation anywhere. And then awareness to the tip of your tailbone. Breathe in, slide up the spine to the top of the neck. Breathe out, soften. And feel the muscles on each side of the spine softening, releasing. Shoulders are heavy, let them drop. Back of neck is long, tuck the chin. Let go. Head heavy, body, arms and legs, hands and feet. Let go. As breaths deepen, rub thumbs and fingers and wriggle toes. Opening, closing hands and flexing feet back and forth. Circle the joints, ankles and wrists, full rotations. Opposite direction in your time. Then stretch the arms up and over, reach out. And sigh and soften. Twice more. Once you finish, bend the legs up, roll to the right. Give yourself a moment there, coming up to sit. Easy cross legs. If you're falling back in the pelvis, prop up, shoulders above the hips. Dhyana Mudra, turn the palms on. Place the right hand on top of the left and the thumb tips connect. Rest the palms turned up in the lap, shoulders relax, elbows relax. Close the eyes, tuck the chin in and up, back of neck long. Dhyana Mudra turns into our inner wisdom, our inner knowledge, connecting into it. Helps release emotionally, letting go of old wounds, old hurts. Stepping into this inner wisdom, our own inherent knowledge. And give ourselves just a moment to sit into this spaciousness. Giving ourselves time to awaken the wisdom that's within. We're not always caught up in the outside world, turning inward. This innate wisdom, we all have it. Our nature, our truth, our being. Then inhale, let the arms float up. Connect the hands together and touch to the forehead. As we move through life with thoughtfulness. Touch the hands to the lips. As we move through life, we have kind words. Bring the hands to the heart. As we move through life, we have compassion and we have kindness. Namaste. Fold the body, stretch forward, surrender. Be still or rock it out, however that is for you. And then roll up, finishing in your time.